I'm burning this money for the sake of this video. For a moment in time, I'm burning this money. I know some of y'all sitting there saying, who would burn money for a video? The same type of people who go out and celebrate struggle and call it New Year's. The same type of muggers who invest in their detriment but never in their betterment. The same type of people who spend $500 on dinner just to get it out an hour later and you still broke and lost after the fact. The whole point I'm making is this, right? With those $40 I just burnt, you could have got in radical school 4 times already. A lot of y'all are literally missing out on the opportunity to change your whole entire life for some money that you wasting. Some of y'all getting high right now for more than $10. I told y'all, tuition to get into radical school at this point is $10 for the first 1,000 people. Once those 1,000 have got in, y'all are gonna be paying $100 monthly. Feel free to sleep, y'all. I'm sitting at my estate while I'm burning this money. Where are you currently sitting at, y'all? Click the link in the bio. Get in radical school ASAP. You don't want to miss it. And once 1,000 students in, y'all can't get in for 90% off no more. I'm gonna tax y'all ass like I rightfully should.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Previously, on How to Catch a Fake Guru.
Why, Dada, why?
This is business.
This is my sweat.
I know, but I did business.
Shut up! Shut up!
This is business.
Hey!
But of course, this is if you're even lucky enough to get your products delivered to you on time, or at all, for that matter.
This was no damn accident. This was no accident. This was no accident.
You as an influencer, blah, have a lot of power. And you're taking out of mouths people who already don't have. This is a fact. Because the audience that you're getting are people who have hope because of the situations that they're in. And you're saying they don't need us, we need them, but you need us too. Because you wouldn't be where you are without your followers. And that, as a leader, is something you should understand. The reason why I decided to go forward with getting my money back is because I can't respect someone who is going to make someone who already doesn't have it feel like $50 isn't a lot. When in fact it is to someone who doesn't have it. Someone who literally spent the $50 because they believed that your game would help them to create more. A game that they never got. But my thing is, when you have a following, when you have an influence on such a number of people, 500,000 people, and you're not using it correctly, and you're using it only for the benefit of you and your family, and you're not giving the people what you're saying that you're going to give them for the money that they use because they believe in your dream, but your dream is literally just a dream and nothing more, that's when I have an issue. So I did a little bit of research. I've been contacting him since, alright, so I bought the game in January, and then in January, after I got the game, I went on his website and he's talking about, you know, how people are so upset that they haven't received their game. He's like, y'all be patient. It's gonna come out in February. Then he said March. Then around March, he was like, oh, it's the Chinese New Year, and you know, the vendor that I have producing the game, they not working right now, so y'all gonna have to wait until April. And it just the ball kept rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling, and guess what? Nothing happened. No tracking numbers, no nothing. Then this slick scam artist, I caught on to you. This slick scam artist goes on Instagram and knows that his followers are looking at his page, looking for the item, looking for when it's going to drop, looking for when it's going to release. And he gets on the phone and he's like, all right, y'all, I'm on the phone with PayPal. PayPal said that I can't move them. I can't get the money. I can't. So they're not going to release my $70,000 to me unless I could produce tracking numbers, but I can't produce tracking numbers without money. And if you guys bought the game, you watched that like I did. So then he leads us to believe that we ordered the game through PayPal. The scam is we didn't. It's funny because Mr. Derrick Grace, you say a lot of the time that your people, your group of people don't read. And it's funny because you kind of found one that does. You're a liar and you're a thief.
Let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's be real honest. I could exclusively include just the negative content I've researched online regarding Derrick Grace.
We have the tapes. We have the information.
Or spend the entire video reading the various Better Business Bureau complaints regarding Derrick's various products, such as his in-home banking board game, Married Host Club, Trucking Tribe Course, Post-Trump Pack, or Post-Pandemic Academy. Please note, if you use code EYL, Earn Your Leisure, you can get a 25% discount on Derrick's various products. As the internet detective that I am, heading into the new year, I vow to give all fake gurus, or gurus in general, a more fair critique and not succumb to confirmation bias. Rather, to simply inspire a healthy amount of pessimism to anything you lot are told by influencers or companies online or friends and family. The quote, expect the best and plan for the worst, encompasses my channel in its entirety. We finished start by reading some of the positive reviews regarding Derrick, but then again, platforms like Fiverr and Upwork have shown us that positive testimonials can be bought, as was evident when I reviewed fake gurus, the Mickelson twins, and Max Torno. It's alleged they bombarded independent review sites such as Trustpilot with positive testimonials by people whose businesses and social media profiles are untraceable online, in order to drown out those who've had a negative experience with their products and services, such as the Freedom Business Mentoring for Max Torno and Audiobook Income Academy for the Mickelson twins. So we'll take the positive and negative reviews with a grain of salt.
Emotional, damn it!
DJ The Prince says, as an independent businessman, learning the ins and outs while delivering good quality tools you can use, you have to keep in mind that he's handling businesses while going through the learning curves of the business. I appreciate the board game. It took a minute, yes, but I still received it. Keep that in mind, okay? So apparently he still got the board game, he's satisfied, but it took a minute. Let's see if this is an ongoing trend. Biono J says, great. I believe at the beginning they were new and made some mistakes, hence the bad reviews. However, I emailed them this morning about missing items, and I was sent a tracking number a few hours later. The products are well worth the price. He has no issue with refunds, and the only business owner I know to personally respond with videos or texts in the app. Okay, she gave a 5-star review. Keep in mind, he emailed regarding missing items.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? This was no damn accident. This was no accident. This was no accident.
Okay, I'm keeping an open eye, but even the positive reviews, at least the positive reviews seem kind of honest. I'll say that much. Mary B says, I have been really learning a lot for the information I've been getting in the post-Trump packet. My kids love the board game. Derrick is changing the mindset of many people. A lot of these things wasn't taught in our community, and here he is making it cool to learn. I love it. Motivating to be the God I was born to be for my fam. Christ-like. Awesome. Jessica E says, truly appreciate the prompt response. My order was missing items. And customer service promptly responded with updated information. My missing items are en route to me as I type this. This is what I call courteous, impeccable customer service. Prompt responses and willing to rectify the inquiry as soon as possible. Truly enjoy the products and services. Rate them for the services provided as A+. Y'all see an ongoing trend here, right? Always remember, Shombo, lend me your ear. A true scammer doesn't finesse everybody. If he or she did that, they'd quickly run out of business. This is a lesson from my favorite scamming chef, Darius Cooks, or better known as Darius Crooks. Get it? As the tweet says, Scamming 101. Send 70% of items to have people vouch for you. The other 30% ain't so lucky. You get me? So, the question becomes, what percentage of people are having a good experience with your brand? 5%, 50%, 80%, and are achieving your 5 to 7 figure income claims in your marketing.
Radical School has officially launched. The first 1,000 students get 90% off their tuition. Let's get into it. Listen, y'all, we're the only educational platform of our culture that's bringing you hundreds of teachers, master teachers at that globally, who are teaching you guys skill sets that can earn you 5 to 7 figures in a matter of minutes.
Listen, y'all, we're the only educational platform of our culture that's bringing you hundreds of teachers, master teachers at that globally, who are teaching you guys skill sets that can earn you 5 to 7 figures in a matter of minutes.
Y'all, we're one of the only platforms that practice inclusion. So not only do we have a section for children, we have a section for adults as well. You feel me? The family should be evolving simultaneously. That's how I run my family. I wouldn't expect you to do anything different. And as I was saying, y'all, initially it is 90% off for the first 1,000 students that join. So whether you're a child or adult, if you're trying to get this big dog information, if you're tired of spending years in college and you still buck when you get out, can't even afford to pay the degree back, if you're trying to sign it up for these courses that force you to learn for a duration of 8 months to give you the real, click the link in the bio, join Radical School now again. We're giving you guys 5 to 7-figure skill sets in a matter of minutes. Me and hundreds of other big dogs in the industry.
That's a big claim. No cap, that's a very big claim. Like, why can't we just say, with my methods, with my teachings, you will replace the average salary that the average worker makes, right? Why can't we just say, you can now make 40K from the comfort of your own home without having to leave your house? Is that not a good enough marketing tool? Why do we gotta jump to 5 or 7 figures per year? You get me? Contreprenuer says, I ordered my package on July 4th and received it July 13th. I ordered the 5 books and free curriculum, in-home banking flashcards, and 2 digital books. I immediately received one of the digital books right after purchasing, but did not receive the other book or my free curriculum. When I received my package, it was missing the in-home banking flashcards. Customer service was very friendly and sent me my digital products after contacting them. They were very friendly and stayed in contact with me and answered all my questions. Hopefully be getting my flashcards soon. So even the 5-star reviews where people are apparently happy with the product, there's been an ongoing issue of delivery, especially on time. And now we proceed to the bad and the ugly.
This ain't about no love. The whole thing was a setup.
The people of Reddit say, r/black ladies, has anyone come across this man, Derrick Grace 2? I've seen some of his content on YouTube. I'm a little iffy about him. I haven't seen anyone do a review of his post-Trump package or his board game. From the clips I've seen, it's just basic financial advice, okay? I'm not going to lie, it may be because I've had the privilege of parents who have already taught me a good portion of what he teaches. I'm curious, has anyone purchased his packages or any of his content? View Park Visionary says, I was in his secret society, but canceled because I didn't find any real value. The reply says, why not? I've been trying to find any information on why what he sells is good or bad, and I can't find anything either way. It's always praise or just indifference, but it seems to me like the old get rich by having people pay him to teach them how to get rich scheme.
Why, Dada, why?
This is business.
This is my sweat.
I know, but I did business.
Shut up! Shut up!
This is business.
Hey man, the best way to make money online is to make videos about how to make money online. The best side hustle is to make videos about the best side hustles. It's just a whole circle jerk at this point when it comes to the industry of making money online or teaching how to make money online. It's a shit show, to say the least. I wish I could see some reviews too. I got you. The fact that there seems to be a false sense of urgency to hurry up and purchase, slots are filling up, quote unquote, makes me question it. I want to take a gamble, but I'm one of those poor people he's always shaming in his IG videos, and I don't know if I can afford to waste money. It's like every week he has a sale. I don't know how you can have a sale constantly, and the thing is it's valued at $1,200, but you're selling it to us for $10. Was it even valued at $1,200 to begin with?
Hey guys, so my husband, her daddy, got a Black Friday sale for $17.99. You can get 3 things for the price of 1. And those 3 things that you will have access to has a value of $10,000. But you can get it today for how much, babe?
$18.
I almost puked, but let me stay focused. I almost puked, but let me stay focused.
Where did they see? What other store, unless it's clearance or unless they're shutting down, what store gives you a 99% discount on their products and services? You're basically losing money. If you're gonna do such a discount, you may as well just value it at $50 and then discount it to $12 periodically. Trust your gut. He is a hustler that just got on the internet scam tip. That's what I felt too. There's always a fear of loss in his approach. Supposedly, people comment that they make money from it. Who knows? Now, of course, again, I want to reiterate, I am not anti-course, anti-make money online courses. But when you're buying them, you should do it in a way that does not compromise your personal finances. And we'll touch more on that later. And of course, we're going to tap into the old trusted Better Business Bureau business profile. Tara says, never received my board game or books. They never reply back to your emails or text messages under his posts. Shame he has kids in on the scheme. Gigi says, Mr. Derrick Grace too, and his associates, especially him, he market and advertise a lot of content that did not intend on sending to their customers. And I have noticed, and I have done my research myself, I have ordered his in-home banking board games under different aliases. I had a few of my friends order them as well. We have all not received our in-home banking board game. I have emailed him, still nothing. Each email automated that I have essentially received, expressed any item has shipped, and the tracking number is provided. There is no tracking number listed. Going on his website and reading the reviews, it is hundreds of people to go through the same thing that I have been going through. And my friend, if you ever buy anything from him, it is a scam. He is selling books for $49 that are 2 pieces of paper stapled together. I'm giving props where it is due. He's a great marketer, but he's a big ASS scammer. Ruben says, today is November 23rd, 2021. All caps. Ruben is pissed. All caps by Ruben. I've been waiting for my email between 48 to 72 hours after purchase, like they said, which was November 12th, 2021. And it's been after 72 hours. I've emailed them through the Contact Us button on website and Gmail, but no response. I just want my books I purchased. Please and thank you. Bishop says, the package never got delivered. When you email this business, they just send the same messages over and over again, no matter what you say. One of the most miserable scams I've ever seen.
If you want to know why I go hard, now you see. Some of y'all say he go too hard. It ain't that bad. Oh, yes, it is.
As a business, you have to keep your word and provide what you promise to customers. Also, the classes that were promised were never sent to me, and their automated emails keep saying, check your spam folder. When I've checked every folder there is to check, and I guess what? No classes were sent to me. Get it together, DG. I've checked every folder. Kevin says, I was trying to cancel my subscription for months on end, but they keep taking money out of my account. Sheesh, that ain't right. Customer service is alright when I asked for access to his courses. They completely ignored multiple emails to cancel. The course isn't really worth it in my opinion, but the physical books and courses are okay. After about $400 and countless emails later, I decided to cancel my card to stop payments. Mr. G is very smart, so I think they know what they're doing.
He can't seem to do anything, right? I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Remember, a good scammer doesn't finesse everybody. You do just enough good business to where people can actually vouch for you. Tamara says, I placed an order for the in-home banking board game on June 18, 2020. Funds were cleared from my account on June 19, 2020. Okay, they took it right away. The order confirmation stated it would take 7 to 10 before the item was shipped. July 11, 2020. That's about a month later. I emailed questioning the missing item. The reply asked me to confirm my order number. Once I submitted a screenshot of funds being taken and order confirmation, I got a reply stating give 7 to 10 days for a response. There's no way I should have to wait over 30 days for the item to be shipped, but my $114 clear 30 plus days ago. That's facts. He should hire an order fulfillment staff and stop claiming he will ship a product between 7 to 10 days, if that's not the truth. Facts. This is a black-owned business that I have changed my mind about supporting. As you don't know, I always come with the receipts. And our homie, our good friend Derrick, does admit his shortcomings regarding his pre-order business model.
So remember, you got your social media. You need to get your ass on there and start marketing. You watching my live. Go watch your make selfie videos, promote your brand. That's number one. Number two, you're going to link with Nadi. Nadi going to make you some some mock-ups, so you don't even need tangible product. You in a digital era. Make digital images. So then you go get a hosting plan with Shopify. Get your hosting plan with Shopify. Now you got an actual platform to where you put those mock-ups with a checkout to begin making money. You got your social media, your free social media that you funneled them for in the first place. Remember, you only got $100. You got a full functional business right now. Don't get me wrong. You're going to need your LLC and all that, but, you know, some of us thugging. We ain't got the LLC money. We just need to get this bag right now so we can then double back and get our shit in order. I've been there. That's how I started, y'all. Just totally wild. Just like, nigga, we going to get some money. We going to figure it out. We figured it out. But anyway, right? So look, you only down $100 at this point. You got your mock-ups. You got your free hosting with Shopify. You got your social media that you're going to get on and start being active so you can make some paper with it.
You make me sick sometimes. Please, just be quiet and listen, because let me tell you something. You don't know what the hell you talking about.
And y'all, the last one is simple. Create a pre-order system. This costs you no money. So this is how you really eat. You go create a pre-order system, right? Within your description, you make sure you explain to people that this is a pre-order. And with this pre-order, your order will not be shipped. So today is May 22nd, I believe. Orders are not going to be shipped until June 22nd. It's going to be a 30-day hold before the orders begin to ship out, because we're in the process of production and distribution. At this point, you then go move your digital images that cost you $100 to go collect thousands of dollars. Once you make your paper from the consumer, you pay yourself. You make sure that you pay your distribution and your production, and you keep the rest.
Eyes, get set. 5, 6, 7, 8. Why you gotta lie so much? You must wake up and just make up stuff. Cause I just do not understand why. Every time you talk, you tell a quick lie. You and your lies gotta go, because I'm tired of talking to Pinocchio. Then you had a nerve to look folks in the eyes, knowing that you telling them lies. You be telling them lies. I asked you about this.
Yeah, you lied about it.
I asked you about that.
Yeah, you lied about it.
Get them lies together, they all over the place. I bet if Jesus came back, you a lie to his face. Damn, P-No-G-Yo. I guess you wanna see how far your nose can grow. I said P-No-G-Yo. I guess you wanna see how far your nose can grow. No, let's go. Start telling all them lies. Number one, let's go. Cause I don't believe nothing you say at this point. Cause all you do is lie, lie, lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie.
Say the ring costs $2K, but you finna flip it for the 5. Because within your description, you can justify your price point, the color cut clarity, the level of diamond, the 14 karat gold, blah, 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 right? You're moving on house money. You are literally conducting your business and scaling your business with money that you don't have. So just make sure when the date that you, and there's one thing to make sure of. When it comes to pre-orders, make sure the person that's carrying out your pre-orders is somebody that's trustworthy and somebody that's gonna come through. Because y'all, I've done this. I know a lot of y'all had super delayed board games back in 2018. That's because shit got...
The date that you... And there's one thing to do, to make sure of. When it comes to pre-orders, make sure the person that's carrying out your pre-orders is somebody that's trustworthy and somebody that's gonna come through. Because y'all, I've done this. I know a lot of y'all had super delayed board games back in 2018. That's because shit got
up in China and I took a major L. So that's one disclaimer I'm gonna give you. Whoever gonna do your production, make sure that it's somebody that's trustworthy, somebody that can really handle the load you're gonna bring them, and make sure you have a contract. But again, y'all, literally, a lot of y'all can scale up $100,000 with I just told you how to get it 5 figures, 6, whatever you striving for. It's really gonna be based off your consistency to get to the 100 or get to the M. But whatever you striving for, I just told you how to do it with $100. Y'all, I be telling time, y'all be adding complexity to this shit. It's all flip game. You feel me? So let me break it down. If y'all don't understand the flip game. The flip game is no different than a relationship game. Hit Naughty. Tell Naughty you need some mock-ups. Naughty is going to create a world that doesn't exist. Naughty is literally going to create a store and an inventory that you don't have.
Hit Naughty. Tell Naughty you need some mock-ups. Naughty is going to create a world that doesn't exist. Naughty is literally going to create a store and an inventory that you don't have.
You then take those mock-ups, you forward them to your distributor, and they start making the pieces once people start spending the money. You don't have to put no money up. You ain't got to worry about, man, I spent my last one, ain't nobody buying nothing. Don't nobody got to buy nothing because the shit can exist until you collect your big old bag, and then you carry it out before that pre-order window closed. You eating, the streets got what they wanted, and now you got enough money. Now you got the literal cash to reinvest in yourself, scale up, and go to the next level.
I ordered 2 books from Derrick Grace, and it's been over 2 months since my purchase. Still no books. And when I tried to contact the LLC, they blocked me. I placed an order on November 14th online to take advantage of a Black Friday special. My order number is so-and-so. I never received the purchased materials. I would like for the business to send me what I paid for. I can send proof of purchase, and I ask that they send proof of product being shipped or sent to my accounts. I have no other issue with the company, just would like to receive what I paid for. Thank you. And arguably, the worst finesse of all is the monthly recurring payments that people set up that don't get stopped. I have been trying to cancel my subscription, and I've reached out. The site does not provide guidance on canceling, and I feel like I am being scammed out of $50 a month. I have tried recovering access to my account with no success, as I have never received an email back from derrickgrace@gmail.com. I am very frustrated with my experience and would like my refund from when I originally reached out, or at the very least to cancel before I get charged another $50. As a customer, you are supposed to be given 2 options when an order is delayed or canceled.
Okay, anytime you buy anything online and they delay the order, you actually have a ton of rights. But not at all, surprise, surprise, companies just pretend you don't. Like TikTok favorite Fashion Nova, which is getting slapped with almost $10 million in fines. So when any order is delayed, the company must tell you and also offer you the chance to cancel with a full prompt refund. No gift card, no store credit. Quite obviously, Fashion Nova's not the only company that's doing this. So next time a company does this to you, I got you. Here's a draft letter. Take a screenshot.
Next time a company does this to you, I got you. Here's a draft letter. Take a screenshot.
This good business practice is encapsulated by this canceled concept post that I saw on IG. The post writes, "Happy New Year, family. We trust everyone is doing well and remaining healthy in this season. As we are all aware, globally, we continue to face an uphill battle against the spread of DVOC-19. In the wake of the recent government restrictions set in place, we have prayed and ultimately decided to postpone both tour dates. Keynote here, all purchased tickets remain valid. However, if refunds are desired, please issue your request via Eventbrite. Thank you in advance for your understanding. New tour dates will be announced as soon as possible." This goes for any company or influencer you are buying from online. So, if you're having an issue getting the vendor to give you a refund, simply file a chargeback dispute with your bank and get it rectified. I'm trying my hardest to be an unbiased journalist, but Derrick ain't making it easy. His own IG comments expose him. I could go further on with the BBB complaints, but let's take it to IG real quick, shall we?
I don't have one, and I'm not working on any plan to help the community. I've done enough for the community. They better go read my old shit and get enlightened, but I have nothing for the community.
We'll start with the Derrick Grace scammer page. When you have a whole page dedicated to your scamming ways, it's probably fire in the kitchen. You know, where there's smoke, there's fire. There's probably some fire going on. Someone says, "This ninja, a scammer. I lost $250 effing with this ninja 2.5 years ago. He made a Monopoly type board game that taught simple-ish about money management. I bought it for my little cousins. Never got that ish. Nobody ever replied to the emails. I emailed every month for a year. Maybe more, no lie. F these IG business lanes. That's why all his comments limited. Everybody come to the page and complain when nobody answered the help email."
If you want to know why I go hard, now you see. Some of y'all say he go too hard. It ain't that bad. Oh, yes, it is.
You could end that video. You could end this video right here. But where would be the fun of that?
Nigga, you gotta be ashamed of yourself, nigga. Real talk. You gotta be ashamed of yourself. All as you is.
Why did I receive an email saying you postponed the event? I've already paid. Should I just get a refund until I know the next date? Yes, you should. You should be given the option to either get a refund right there or have that purchase be still valid until the next date has been announced. Those are the two options you should have when anything is delayed or canceled. Bro, they definitely scamming. I bought the post-pandemic pack and it was the most elementary information I ever read in my life. Shit is ridiculous. Like basic knowledge you already know. I'm finna post it soon and possibly make a YouTube video about it. And it's stuff in black and white. I didn't pay as much as others have, but I paid a couple $100. Some have paid thousands. This man needs to be exposed. So, you're basically teaching common sense, trucking, business, real estate, crypto/trading, gun control in this pack. Plus, they got to pay every month too? No wonder you're making millions a month. Always be wary of someone who's an expert in everything. You talk about trucking, talk about real estate, talk about crypto, talk about gun control. Bruh, you're an expert in everything. All areas of personal finance, you're an expert in, right? You're an expert in credit repair, you're an expert in crypto, you're an expert in real estate. I can't follow you no more, bruh. Every day, you on here selling something to broke people. That's exactly what white people do to us. You allegedly have all this money, but instead of building something that could empower others, you out here asking broke people for their last $200 to $400, like it's gonna change their life. It pisses me off. I see you talk fast, a great sign of a salesman who doesn't want you thinking too much or too long. Yo, these comments are dead.
Emotional, damn it!
Every white salesman does this same thing. Quit being a loser. Buy my success plan now. Let's make people feel bad or guilt trip them into buying our products when the real product is you. You have to constantly be selling and talking about selling shit. Who wants to do that all day, every day? If you have to do that all day, every day, I suspect you may not have the money you pretend to. Stop scamming our people out of their monies. Empower blacks for free, Mr. Millionaire. Now, I could argue you shouldn't necessarily do it for free, but maybe like a reduced monthly cost, $25 a month or $50. That's if you get if you even get the product, right? But as a millionaire per se, right? Millionaire coach. It makes sense, like a good business model so that people can actually invest in your program and have capital to actually run their business, right? If you're charging people $1,000 for your information, they probably will need another at least $1,000 after to actually follow through on the business plan. And as you know, knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is power. I've sent emails about canceling my post-pandemic academy subscription. No answer. But I get emails from y'all daily. I didn't get any information that was promised. Guest speakers never spoke. Just repackaged mess. I'm not even asking for a refund. Just cancel my membership and do not charge my card again. Why are y'all so hard to get in touch with? Knock it off. That price will forever be the same. Based on my research, he constantly has sales. Like, If you constantly have sales, there's no sale. That is the actual price. I paid for the bundle, but only got one book and the board game. Where is the other book at, big homie? Hey Derrick, how come the post-pandemic academy keep asking for payment? I thought it was a one-time payment, only one time.
I'm gonna tell you guys 3 reasons why a lot of you guys small businesses absolutely fail.
One reason a small business fails is scamming your customers, taking payment, and never sending a product. Or they can do what you do and promise people products and never send them. You forgot the advice about using fear and misinformation to sell products and deleting negative comments about not getting shipments from your posts. This is a video of Derrick marketing his newest program, the School of Radicals. And in the comment section, someone says, people are still waiting for the other stuff, but yet he's coming out with new stuff on an ongoing basis. Make it make sense. Get out the way, move, bitch. Get out the way, get out the way, bitch. Get out the way, move, bitch. Get out the way. Here he says, 90% off School of Radicals tuition ends in 2 days. In the comment, someone says, hey boss, I know you're busy a lot, but if you could you get to me on how long I have to wait on the $15 special you had to deliver to my email? I'm having trouble finding it, and I purchased it last week.
Hey, what up, y'all? If you have not joined Radical School yet, you already know you're doing yourself a disservice because it costs a whole $10, right?
I'm trying to understand where the classes take place. Like, will I get an email to a Zoom? Because I paid like a week ago and haven't got nothing. And this is an ongoing concern I have, when people do make money online courses. I found out myself, right? This is one of the reasons why I ended up in $12,000 of credit card debt. You buy the information, but you're not really privy to what you need to maintain that business on a monthly basis to even make the information useful to you. At Derrick Grace 2, apart from the coaching fee, I'm going to need any capital to start? If yes, what's the minimum? In the Radical School, you can also learn how to publish books, right?
Just be honest, I'm mad at a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all hit me in my DMs. A lot of y'all hit me in my comments and say, how do I publish a book? How do I start writing my story? And things like that. And then I say, hey, join Radical School for $10 a month. $10 a month. I do a 2-hour class. Sick, by the way. I did that.
Anyways, he says, hello. How can subscription to DGTV be canceled? Derrick Grace TV. Or who can I email or should I talk to? There is no way to cancel the subscription, and my card is continually being charged every month. So yo, what's going on, bro? And here apparently Derrick Grace needs bodyguards. For what reason? I mean, who knows? I'm not in competition with my homies, I'm whipping in competition in the road. I knew my opposition never knew me, they wouldn't be opposition if they know me. I made a proposition to my hitters, I told them knock down if you owe me. I just decide around here and Caption says, who wants to make 10K to 100K next month? Ha ha, the school that will never start.
My life fucking sucks. I'm an artist from the middle of nowhere. I've never gotten lucky or had any overnight.
Veronica, hold on. Let me be the first to tell you, sis. Don't nobody care about that shit. I just rolled out a 4-week marketing series that started tonight at 7 p.m. that a lot of y'all missed out on. It's called the 10 to 100K Challenge.
Don't nobody care about that shit, Derrick. I just read some comments. Nah. Let me tell you. Stop right there. No one cares about your scams. And simply one comment. I think it pretty much encompasses this whole thing, this whole debacle. Hi, I'm inquiring about a product I purchased since January and have not received it as of yet. Can you please reach out to me with an update? And obviously, like Bonnie and Clyde, Derrick's wife is also in on supporting his scams. In her bio, once upon a time, it says, my husband taught me. I went from stripping for 7 years to a 6-figure entrepreneur in 1 year. Now helping other women. Can you just say you married a rich man and can we call it a day? Can we call it a day? Okay? You married a rich man and now you're a 6-figure entrepreneur. To be honest, think about it though, right? If I make let's say for me personally, I made 6 figures on YouTube in 1 year. My quick innate thing isn't to already start teaching people how to do the same thing. I'm still trying to build longevity for myself, right? Or am I gonna take time away from my actual business that I'm still trying to, work around and trying to maintain for longevity, and all of a sudden start teaching people how to do the same thing? It's crazy. Honestly, if I wouldn't take advice from anybody who has not been doing that business or has not been cultivating experience in that business for the past at least 5 to 10 years. If they haven't been doing it actively for the past 5 to 10 years, I'll take whatever advice they give you with a grain of salt. And some of y'all may not be privy to the fact that alleged Contrepreneurs can actually pay their way onto various podcast channels and reputable news outlets.
Around, 6 months, a year ago, I saw Bandman Kivo out here doing these, guru type videos. Sign up to my course. I'll teach you how to make money, blah, 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 right? Then I saw this dude recently, Derrick Grace II. And I'm sure there's many more of them out there. But I'm going to kind of look at Bandman Kivo, Derrick, and I'm going to put some of y'all on game. Now, if we take a look at Derrick over here, right? Mr. Derrick says that he makes 1.6 million a month, which is, around 19 million a year. So Mr. Derrick Grace over here is saying that he makes 20 million a year, basically. All right. And if you buy his program, he'll teach you, right? He'll teach you. Now, what people in the financing community call this is a fake guru. Okay. Someone who flexes their finances, their cars, their wealth, what they can't afford, to make you buy the programs to think that they can't afford more. There's a lot of people out there like this. I just think that it started to spread into the hood community. Now, I don't know how much Mr. Derrick over here is making, but I looked into him, right? I looked it up. He ain't on Forbes. He's on Forbes India, okay? Now, I'm not saying that getting on Forbes India is easy, okay? But it's just a little suspect, right? You ain't on the Forbes America. No, you're on Forbes India. And then he's on a bunch of random websites. And all these things claim, right? They claim that he's worth 50 million. They claim that he has this program that teaches people things. And they claim that he has a book that sold like over 50,000 copies or something. I ain't seen it, right? I ain't seen it. The same thing with Bandman Kivo, right? I don't really know what he's selling. I don't know what he got. But I can tell you one thing, dude is known for scamming. Right? So if you sign up to a rapper's course who is known for scamming, you're going to look stupid, okay?
This includes platforms such as Earn Your Leisure, Dave Never Sleeps, The Breakfast Club.
The strategy that made us the hottest we ever was at that moment was simply exposure, right? Shout out to T.I. Previous to that, y'all, I was making like $700,000 a month. Bro put me on expeditiously. And that's when we cracked and hit for that 1.5 and that 1.62. Back to back for several months. Marketing side though, y'all, super important. You got something you bring it to the table you feel like people gonna with. Either you on your behalf or somebody else on your behalf should be reaching out to these media outlets to get your exposure broader.
Marketing side though, y'all, super important. You got something you bring it to the table you feel like people gonna with. Either you on your behalf or somebody else on your behalf should be reaching out to these media outlets to get your exposure broader.
Bro, people don't want the A to Z on that and how we really took that whole play and turned it into an $11 million a year. Click the link in the bio. Join our 4-week marketing series now. It's for radical school students only. Tuition is a whole 10.
To be there. They had some really big names, on the podcast within the same month. Mr. Organic, Bandman Kevo, they were trying to get for the longest. So they paid those guys to come on the show. Basically, he's like, yeah, but I paid $15,000 for Mr. Organic, and I paid $5,000 for Bandman Kevo for an hour.
But this is basically the same Podcast Payola allegation that Earn Your Leisure was accused of.
The impression that I got, but let's see how it's explained by him 500.
Take it a step back. We went to do $1 million worth of game in February, right? Not February, December. I filmed $1 million worth of game in December, okay? Just that and the third. He called me and asked me if I want to be on $1 million worth of game. Let's clear it up. He asked me if I want to be on $1 million. I ain't asked him. I ain't call him ask no favor. He called me, asked me if I want to be on $1 million worth of game. Word to God. Josh told him no. He said it's 50,000. Josh said I'm cool. He told Alex it's 50,000. Alex said I'm cool. He told me I don't care. I'm like 50,000 million worth of game, run the play.
I'm like 50,000 million worth of game, run the play. Run the play.
Run the play. It's run it. It's to get on a platform, right? Said it's 50,000. Then I paid for the full run. I paid to be on the show.
I paid to be on the show. I paid to be on the show. I paid to be on the show.
And it's ready to change the game. Let me tell you something. If you young, you middle age,
yeah,
you old,
yeah,
You need help with your credit.
Your credit busted and disgusted.
And you don't got no money. We're going to fix your motherfucking problem today.
There's a whole lot of passion. There's a whole lot of passion in that ringing endorsement that that $1 million worth of game is giving him 500. So much passion, so much energy. The build up. Remember, this is the opening of the show. Him 500 hasn't even said a word yet.
Spurgo, Wall Street Trapper, MG the Mortgage Guy, Alex Good Energy, and of course, Ian Dunlap, the master investor. Some of your favorites, right? That's what Earn Your Leisure has done for the people. So it's some people, people say things without having a full understanding of what they're actually saying. The problem with that is that it's not true. So some people think that you can pay to get on Earn Your Leisure. Ian, how much did you pay to get on Earn Your Leisure?
Not $1, and truth be told, it had to take some damn convincing to get on.
You cannot.
To be real.
You cannot pay to get on Earn Your Leisure. We have never, and I'm not even saying I'm not knocking somebody that's doing that. Yeah. I'm just saying we have never accepted $1. You can't pay to get on Earn Your Leisure, and we've been offered a bag. You can't pay to get on Earn Your Leisure. Bags. So if anybody says that they pay to get on Earn Your Leisure, or Market
Mondays, because I can't afford what Cuban would.
Market Mondays, we never paid for a guest. So let's just get that straight. This is facts. No, let's do that. Nobody has ever paid to get on Earn Your Leisure. If you ever find somebody that says they paid to get on Earn Your Leisure, show proof. I'll give you every single thing in my brokerage account.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this. When you go to bed at night, you lay there and you take responsibility for yourself, because nobody's going to take responsibility for you.
Now, whether or not him and 500 paid to get on EYL, we don't have no conclusive evidence. So we can say allegedly he paid to get on EYL. But we also know, that another fraudster or alleged fraudster, Jay Morrison, was formerly on EYL.
Okay, so the brothers from Earn Your Leisure were recently on The Breakfast Club, and DJ Envy asked them a very important question.
But how do you go between, who's telling the truth or who's not? How do y'all do your due diligence?
Yeah, we try to do as much research as we possibly can, but sometimes it's difficult. Really try to vet people, and but to be completely honest with you about it, sometimes you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get a good feel for somebody, and then something might come out later on, and then I think you just got to take the steps at that point to correct it. If it's an issue, you know what I'm saying? Take it down.
Okay, so I looked all over YouTube and the internet for this episode of Earn Your Leisure with Jay Morrison, and this is all I could find. The video has been removed. In fact, any video with Earn Your Leisure and Jay Morrison can only be found on channels and pages controlled by Jay Morrison.
You have the real estate crowdfund, right? So what is a real estate crowdfund? Like what's the details of that?
If you can see right here on the screen, what I have is a alert that the NFL Players Association put out on this fund. His background says item number 2. So number 1, he was a drug dealer for a very long time in his past. Okay. Item number 2, Mr. Morrison's 2016 bankruptcy filing. See, I want to be clear. We're talking about Chapter 7 bankruptcy. We're not talking about a bankruptcy for a business that needs to reorganize their debts so that they can catch up on some back payments. We're talking about Chapter 7. I ain't got it. Leave me alone. I'm not paying y'all back. Bad credit for 7 years. Chapter 7 bankruptcy. He filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy basically in the last month of 2016. So we're talking about December the 5th, 2016. So you can basically say 2017. The fund went public in 2018, 1 year later. So you're telling me, that, okay, this is a good investment. Who's going to be managing this fund? A guy who filed for bankruptcy a year ago. A guy who filed for personal bankruptcy a year ago is going to be managing my client's money. Let me think about that.
Now, I did some digging, and I was wondering, has there been any other potential fake gurus on their platform? And I came across this video where EYL had Justin Owens on their platform. Now, I was like, this name sounds familiar. This name really sounds familiar. So I did a little Google search. You type in Justin Owens, and on the related search term, you get I Am Academy. Let's click on it, shall we? He is associated with I Am Academy, which is essentially an MLM pyramid scheme organization. Now, this video is not about MLM or about Forex or about pyramid schemes, But if you simply do a YouTube search, one simple YouTube search, type in I Am Academy, you get MLM or pyramid scheme also in the related search results. And from there, you get a host of unsavory videos of people describing their association or their experience with I Am Academy. So, this is a third person that may not be an ideal guest or may not be 100% authentic that EYL has had on their platform. So, buyer beware.
To make sure that I'm being extremely clear about what's going on. This is not a shot at any one financial guru, nor is this a shot at any one podcast. I am talking about the entire industry of podcasts that bring on financial gurus. I'm just using this one particular video of a financial guru who is admitting that he paid to play. He was never going to be on this podcast if he did not pay money. Clearly, he was never going to be on this podcast until he paid money. Then he went from that podcast, $1 million worth of game, to another podcast, which is Earn Your Leisure. Now, he admits to paying $1 million worth of game. So it doesn't take a PhD in finance to jump to the conclusion and assume that maybe he also paid Earn Your Leisure. Now, he didn't admit to the Earn Your Leisure pay to play. He definitely admitted to $1 million worth of game.
FreshandFit make it seem like they are just friends, right, with these influencers and content creators. But unbeknownst to the audience, there's an undisclosed business transaction. Basically, just assume any guest on their platform was either paid to get on there, or the guests themselves paid to get on their platform. Just ask content creator JR Wisdom, who was asked to pay $11,000.
This is the amount, so on and so forth. So, I responded back and I said, okay, what's the price tag? Right? And they come back and send me, not even professional at all, in my opinion. Hey, this is us on Social Blade or whatever the hell it was, whatever the hell this thing is. This is how much we get paid per video or how much we charge per video. 11 grand. Okay. I mean, that's cool. So I just left it at that. I'm like, okay, you guys just basically dismissive, even though you're responding. It's just basically like dismissive. 11 grand, go on business. You'll never be able to afford this. As if 11 grand, I'm not saying it's worth it or it isn't worth it at the end of the day, because based off of the return on investment for that, but 11 grand, bro, and you just came out like as if you're charging everybody that comes on your show 11 grand. From the bros that's on there to the dudes that's on there, you're charging 11 grand. But that's neither here nor there, man. It's just the arrogance of these guys.
Now, this pay to play proposition is a very, 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 very good environment for other potential scammers to peddle their trash courses and money making ideas. And you know what they say, birds of a feather flock together. Of note, we've seen FreshandFit have real estate, crypto, and day trading influencers on their platform, teaching us how to make money online and get out of debt. With courses selling for as high as $900 with Cultivate Crypto and $800 for Wall Street Academy by Q Banks. It goes without saying that the make money online or financial freedom / passive income industry is laced with fake guru upon fake guru upon fake guru, embellishing a lifestyle to sell courses, informational products to their audience. FreshandFit, just like Earn Your Leisure, is obligated to do extensive background research on these guests before bringing them onto their platform to their impressionable audience. Basically, guests must be vetted regardless of whether or not they're paying. And this is not to say that platforms like Earn Your Leisure or FreshandFit don't have good guests on their platform, but to take everything online with a grain of salt.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Forbes, Huffington Post, New York Times, and CNN. Yahoo, which is a slowly dying company, is notorious for conspiring with AccessWire to post these paid press releases. If you click on this right here, hold on, AccessWire, click on it. Okay. Boom, it says submit a press release. Let's click on it, shall we? Public companies. Interesting. Oh, look at that. Pricing. If you want to be on Yahoo Finance, we don't really care if what you're saying is credible or not. Just pay us $600 or $9.95. Better yet, okay? If you Google pay to be on Forbes, what do you get? An ad by this company called Imperium Group PR. Forbes US for $1,500. Click on it. Boom. Get featured on, hold on. You can get featured on Forbes, Wall Street Journal, Yahoo Finance, the New York Times, BBC, CNN. Hey man, sounds like a pretty good deal. $8,000? It sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Just ask my good old friend, our good old friend, Tanner Chittister. But before we proceed to the main event, I'd like to note that our friend Tanner did in fact pay to be featured on Forbes, CNBC, Business Insider, etc., etc. By the outline titled How Brands Secretly, or not so secretly now, buy their way onto Forbes, Fast Company, and Huffington Post. So people, brands included, can and do pay their way onto these news outlets for positive media coverage.
No systems to actually utilize this. And so a lot of beginners, they get caught up in that social proof game. And I'm just saying, guys, you can buy your social proof, meaning you can pay for enough press and get on enough pages to play. And a lot of people, you know, that's what they do. You know, unless you're very attractive, you got a big booty, or you're famous already. Most of the big entrepreneurs you see, Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, all those guys, I know for a fact they would pay for tons of shout outs. And they pay, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like some people look at it as like it's a bad thing. I'm like, why is that bad?
If that's what you got to do, play
you're
the game.
paying to get more people.
It's an evil world we live in. But hey, I'm gonna keep living and loving life.
And Derrick, if you're gonna grift all the way. I don't understand why he's featured on Forbes India and not Forbes' main page. Make it make sense. Like, what business do you have in India, bro? Probably the asking price for Forbes' main page was too much. I don't blame you, though. I don't blame you. Here he is again, according to the scammer page, right? They say people pay anybody for anything these days. Derrick's original post says, we in LA Weekly with Neighborhood Nip and a Smith and Wesson 500. We do this shit, apparently. The comment says, so basically, all caps, so basically, you paid yet again to be on another magazine and now are flexing like they were interested in you? Nipsey would never manipulate his people like this. You ashamed to the game. Now, paying for article placements isn't necessarily a bad thing, but making it seem like these companies reach out to you definitely screams shady. And also, it is good knowledge to know as a consumer that anybody and everybody with no business credibility can get an article placement or a feature on a podcast. Podcast Payola.
Stuck in the road.